And as far as perspectives goes, we'll be having on the Spartans side Swifty's perspective, and as far as the Quaffle House side, we'll be having a bunch of different perspectives, one of every single player.
Oh, whoa. That's a lot. I think we never had that before, right?
This is the first time that we'll be having all of the perspectives available to us. Starting right off from Swifty's perspective right now on Seeker, just to see if they get that early first catch as far as the 5% goes, and was able to get it. Switching over now to the Chasers, we'll be watching Live on Quaffle House. Currently in possession, Quaffle House with the ball. Set up a rear cam one-timer we see in the corner there. Interesting choice.
I saw a lot of real times for the recams from Liv, and that's exactly the move I was talking about
Another great
earlier.
shot.
What I wanted to see from Liv.
Yeah, I'll just take a look at that real quick in the replay. We're seeing Liv with just a nice pass right there, and then instantly into a rear cam. Very nicely done on his perspective there. Taking a look back right now, Liv is back in possession of the ball.
Very good.
Pass to
Intercept from
Ankh that went
Bank.
back. Yeah, very nice.
Yes, and this is what I wanted to see from Mank. I just noticed the last couple games I played against him, like he's very, very strong defensive player, and he's just showing that here again. I love that.
Yeah, very nice. Taking a look back right now at the Spartans real quick as Brave New World goes into there. Very nicely played. Switching over to Seeker gameplay, it's looking pretty even right now. Both sides are looking around getting that 50% snitch meter here shortly. Right now we're watching Swifty's perspective here, getting beat up a little bit and having to really keep that distance right now from that keeper kick that was going to come out.
Yeah, I
Switching.
think he hold a hero kick there, right? So that was pretty dangerous for him.
Yeah, getting to take a look right now. We're going back to the Quaffle House. We're going to see a little bit of beater gameplay. Camport right now really trying to shut down their Seeker because Quaffle House does seem to have the lead just barely on the snitch gameplay, and he's wanting to get that kill. We definitely see a standstill right now, undarkened right now at 2 HP, and was able to get knocked out. Swifty getting stolen right there, and if for those that don't know, there is a 5% snitch meter. Most people are running on beater right now. I don't know Camper's build specifically, but every hit taking a little chunk right there has put Birkin back in the lead right now as far as the snitch meter goes. Quaffle House
Also,
currently in the
Swifty
lead.
pretty low here. So
There goes
I
Swifty.
think he died. Yeah,
Swifty
exactly.
just
That's what I
fell.
meant.
Very nicely done.
I
And for a bit of
I
a
love
split
to see the
perspective real
pressure.
quick, we definitely see, like I said, all 6 perspectives right now as far as going into this. We're going to be taking a look back at a Chaser gameplay. We'll see Undarkened right now.
Also, still a very, very tight match in terms of the chaser game only. It's like only 20-10, even though
Yeah,
with the catch from Birkin now.
very close. The catch does go in the side of the Quaffle House. Currently 50-10 lead. 4 minutes on the timer. We see Tails has been doing a pretty good job on keeper as far as saving those goals, making sure that nothing's getting past him.
I think this is the first match we see here today where there's so much tackling on the Seeker, and I love to see that. Just the pressure from Quaffle House applying to Swifty, it's very, very important in 6v6.
Yeah, and we see Undarkened right now, just being able to get tackle after tackle. Got one on the Seeker, was able to intercept and get a fumble right there from a Chaser. And here he goes again, getting ready to try and tackle on Ankh. A pass from Ankh, though. Instant possession, and there we go again. Undarkened with those steals. Instantly able to take possession, back and forth. A nice try, but Talltails was able to keep that one away. Looking at the Seeker gameplay right now, we're going to be taking a look at Swifty, who is a little bit behind on the snitch meter, but it is still really close both sides. Currently, Swifty is about half HP right now, though, so they definitely need to play a little bit safe. Brave New World in the background getting a goal right now, making a 30-point difference. Snitch can change the game right now. Taking a look from Swifty's perspective on the Snitch over to the Quaffle House right now, we're going to be seeing Birkin on Seeker. He's getting rammed right now, 4 HP. This kill would be massive right now for the Houston Spartans.
Yes, and I think Snitch is gonna play a very, very crucial role here, especially since we see the chaser game being very, very tight. it's only 30 to 20 still. So the snitch is kind of deciding.
And there goes Birkin. Birkin falls. Looking back at Swifty right now, Swifty now does take a lead, small, but it's there right now as far as the snitch gameplay goes. And that is exactly what the Houston Spartans need. We did see in the background, Undarken was able to get a goal, followed by Hawken right now, evening it up. That 30-point difference, it's really up to the snitch right now. 30-30 as far as the Quaffle goes, but only that one snitch so far has been scored in favor of Quaffle House.
We see a lot of tackles on Swifty here from the beater, and this is so important because every tackle is 5%, and you just see the snitch meter going down, and I love that.
Taking a look back as we see right now, Swifty is falling at 3 HP right now. Camper's really trying. Switching to Camper's perspective right now, he sees that Swifty's low, trying to go after him. We see some missed bludgers right there. The bludgers, he was easily able to dodge, but going into the enemy territory right now, Birkin definitely has to be careful to make sure that the keeper doesn't kick him. Swifty does get the full health regen though. Switching over to Swifty real quick. Back on full HP.
He's in a bit of advantage still in the lead on the snitch meter.
Yeah, taking a look right now, we're going to be switching back over to Ross's POV right now. He is going to be on Chaser over for the Quaffle House team. Talltail's blocking a lot of shots right now. Snitch gameplay is getting really close right now. It's really going to come down to if they're able to kill Birkin and make sure that they can secure the snitch as far as the Houston Spartans go. Looking back right now, we see the possession right now as far as Quaffle House getting ready to try and shoot on goal, but they're stalling it a little bit here. Switching back over to Swifty as it's getting close. Swifty's down to 2 HP currently. 30-60 needs the snitch catch in order to live. Down to 1 HP. We see Birkin in the lead right now, able to get that. And there goes Swifty with a bludger. Swifty is down, and that currently brings the snitch game really close. Taking a look, switching back over to Quaffle House, we see Ross with the Quaffle. Just kind of a pass out right now. We're going to be switching over the wide perspective. We're going to see Birkin getting really close to a snitch catch, but he's also getting abused, getting punched left and right. They really need the Quaffle right here. Swifty's getting close to the catch.
That's so.
And the catch doesn't come.
Close.
60-30. Quaffle House takes the first match of this series. It all came down to the snitch right there. Taking a quick look real quick, we did see, oh, my replay didn't quite catch it, but really that first frame, down to 1 second left on it, it was blue for both people. If literally like 5 more seconds, maybe not even that, they were going to be able to get a catch. Either team could have had that in the bag there.
Yes, and this is exactly what I expected and what I meant earlier, where this is gonna be the match of the week. This is so even. The Quaffle game was tied on 30-30, and the snitch was almost caught in a 60-60 there. And yes, this is what I meant. They can both take this home here, and this is why I loved it.
Shocky, taking a look at that last game, what are you thinking right now?
Don't call me a future prediction reader, but I gotta tell you, I really figured that one was gonna come down to the wire. And thinking that it was literally 1 second where both teams had 100% on the snitch beater, that is the closest that you can get to a comeback or just an overexertion of your points. I think if you're the Spartans, you look at yourself and you think, okay, we were pretty much tied. We almost had that second snitch as well. What do we need to change on our offense? And I think if you're Quaffle House, I think they have to think about it and say, that was a little too close for comfort. What do we need to change to push ourselves to even go further beyond that particular almost deadlock scenario?
We definitely seen Swifty dying in like the last 30 seconds right before that snitch was able to be blue for them. A lot of people are probably thinking right now, if Swifty didn't die there, that was going to go in favor of Houston Spartans and brought us into an overtime matchup. What do you think there, Tux, as far as that goes?
That what I thought exactly that moment he died, because I think he was almost full and then he died, and that I think that costed them the game right there. I also think that Swifty, I saw him moving a lot like left right. I think he should go like more left right up down, because he took a lot of tackles from the beater, which costed him so much percent every time, 5%. And this is just delaying snitch, and this might be the reason he didn't caught at the end because of the time.
And we've seen that bludger come in, and that was what ended up finishing Swifty out. They had burned their dodge just a little bit too early, and that bludger was able to connect and able to finish them off. Very close on both sides as far as that. Shocky, if you were the Houston Spartans, what are you thinking going into this next matchup? What are you going to change?
I think they have to remove one element from their chaser team to truly run either defense or to try to just put some pressure on the other beater, so that way Swifty has a better chance of catching.
Yes.
Um, I think if you're Quaffle House, I think they can see that Swifty is getting killed a lot, and they have to think to either vastly overexert themselves to continue to kill him, maybe making Swifty just change brooms entirely for a little more health or more health regen. Uh, we have seen someone run the Oak Shaft in just the last game as well for that 15 health, which is absolutely insane. And that team did end up coming out on top. So I think if you're Swifty, you have to think about changing your broom. It may not be your particular play style. You may have to change up some perks, but I think Swifty is a just good of a seeker as Birkin. I think maybe the difference now is understanding how Quaffle House is playing. That Swifty has to make that determination to change off of maybe a comfort zone for them, just for a little bit more survivability.
Also, what I saw, there was a lot of pressure from the Quaffle's chasers on Swifty here. I'm not sure what build he played. If he played anything in the bumping or anything in the attack, I would take that off. I would go for the more range, so maybe like a 4-6, 5-5, 6-5, anything like this. Just to get the meter in, because I don't think that you have much time to tackle against a team like Quaffle House, where the chases are so oppressive on your Seeker that you can barely breathe.
For sure, and definitely taking a look real quick, we did see that the first game of the Knockout Nights did end up currently in favor of the Phoenix. We'll take a look real quick at those scores here shortly, but it did go 110-10 in favor of Phoenix. Definitely a sizable lead there in comparison to what we just seen here.
Yes, this is also what I expected over there to Phoenix, and I like to see that a bit, since I knew that Phoenix got coached very much by pretty much every other team out there from like the top players, and I'm pretty happy to see that they won, and that kind of paid off what they did.
Yeah, on screen right now, I put up real quick, we're seeing what was the end result as far as the Phoenix versus the Knockout Knights game, the game that's also happening in the meantime. And right now, that is running Neo, and he had double snitch catch right there for that team. Natty was on keeper and did a great job. You see the saves there, and as far as everything else goes, you definitely see that 110-10. Definitely Stoner was looking like he was doing a great job in keeper there, but definitely an overwhelming game with the double snitch catch and then the Quaffle game to end it out.
I'm also interested to see if we're gonna see any changes in the rosters now, or if they're just gonna say it was so close. We're just gonna try again, try maybe different strategy or a different build, or different broom, just to switch it up, and then maybe take the win for the Spartans this time.
Chucky, how are you feeling out regarding that Phoenix versus Knockout Night squad?
It's going about as much as I expected. I think Phoenix is an incredible team in their division. I think that we're going to be seeing a 2-0 from them. Just I've been playing against them a lot. They've been putting in a lot of work, doing a lot of practices to make sure that they have everything down. And yeah, it's going about as I expected for that particular game.
Sounds all right. Well, I'm excited to see their second match, but that's not what everyone's here for right now. Currently, we're just still looking at the Houston Spartans versus Quaffle House here. We are currently waiting for them to get matched up. The Phoenixes are getting ready to match up in their match, so they're currently queuing. And then right after that, the Quaffle House versus Houston's second game is going to be happening. Do we see a 1-1 situation here, do you think?
I think if the Spartans change up a couple of things about their strategy, if you see Swifty switching out some brooms, some perks, I think this could easily go into a 1-1. I'm not seeing any changes as far as Quaffle House is concerned. It looks like they're still running Darker End. They're still running the same team that they're rolling with: Birkin, Not Ross, Liv, Zach of all trades, and Campor. Uh, I think the main difference now is that they have to look at strategy and perks for the team of the Spartans.
Especially when we look at how close the last game was. If the Spartans changing anything here, they could definitely take that win. But also, like, Quaffle game cannot sleep on that 1 point lead now, especially since it was so close. They just have to maybe make a change in the chaser game in order to get more goals in or more ball progression here.
Game 2 is going to be looking like Ilvermorny right now. We are getting ready here. We see the full team lineup there on the Houston Spartans and now Quaffle House. Everyone in their outfits and their matching uniforms. All right, starting off on kickoff, we're going to see a little bit of a beater perspective. What does Camper do at the start of the match? The first thing he's doing is going right after Swifty, switching to Ankh, taking that possession and able to get an early fumble right there. Taking a look over at Spartans, we'll see Swifty's perspective. Early snitch race, we do see that Quaffle House was able to get the first snitch, so I did get that 5% lead early on. We'll be switching back over to the Quaffle gameplay on Quaffle House. We see Liv currently right now trying to take possession, steals it right out of Ankh's hands. Ankh's been the one stealing a lot from a lot of people, but now he just got it stolen from him. Lots of back and forth right now as far as this Quaffle gameplay goes. We see him being very aggressive on Quaffle House, making sure that they're trying to steal these away from him. Ankh's and definitely been able to do a lot more pass play I've seen between him and Brave New World, trying to make sure that they kept it on that side of the field.
The chaser game is looking a bit like last round. It's not really one dominant team here. It's going back and forth on both, and this is what I expected to see again here.
We see Swifty on the Secret gameplay right now at 2 HP, just ran out of boost as well, kind of in a dire situation, making sure that they try and stay alive because right now they're behind on the snitch. They need to make sure that they're trying to keep up, making sure that they're able to get that possession. They do get the regen.
Tackle after tackle. It's pretty good. It's like very well played from Quaffle here. I think it was like there was the whole tackle chain basically here. Just 2 tackles, and this is the pressure that you need on the enemy seeker.
Yeah, taking a look back at the Quaffle House right now, we see Undarken's perspective on Chaser. Definitely he's been trying to be able to do something on the Quaffle gameplay. It's 0-0 right now with 5 minutes into the game. We see him do a one-timer pass to Ross right now just to get it downfield so that way it doesn't get taken from him. A lot of people, when they see the pass, they're trying to instantly try and steal it from someone or take that possession. Ross just wasn't able to try and get the lineup. He was looking for a pass but wasn't able to get it there. Snitch gameplay is getting really close though. Quaffle House still with the lead. We're going to switch back over, see how Swifty's doing on Seeker. Doing pretty good so far. Slightly still behind and still getting beat up quite often. Kind of seeing the other perspective here. We see Birkin's perspective in head right now, both physically and as far as on the snitch meter. He's currently full health right now as well. He had just rejuvenated, getting really far on that, getting really close to that 100% that they need. 0-0 on the Quaffle gameplay. It's been a shutout, and it's going down to, just as I was speaking, Undarkened with that 10-0 lead Quaffle House.
And it looks like Swifty died, so...
Yep, we do see Swifty just fell. The snitch catcher right now, as we see Birkin bob and weaving, trying to dodge everyone. It is currently in the enemy's keeper pit, so he did have to dodge. Live with another goal right before the snitch catch is happening right now. 20-0, Quaffle House lead. Will Birkin get the catch here? And a bump right before he was able to get the catch.
I think it was a bump with a hero kick.
That was a great combo to make sure that he wasn't able to catch. He's no longer 100% on the meter. Swifty could still get this right now. Taking a look at Swifty's perspective here, Swifty still has a little bit more of that meter that they need to get down. They're currently dodging and weaving as much as they can, but they need to stay away from Birkin as well because Birkin is getting really close to catching. We see Swifty right now still getting beat up. 5 HP, 6 HP down. It's literally anyone's game here, but Birkin gets the catch there. And I'm going to pull up a replay real quick of what happened right there with Birkin. As we go ahead and see this, we're going to go ahead and hit play on this. And you'll see that bump barely made it so that way he wasn't able to get that catch there. He was really close in that 100%, got closer and closer, and then the moment that he got over there, he got bumped way off of it. Really good play from them, really good pressure as far as that goes as well. Going back into the Quaffle gameplay, we'll take a look at Quaffle House on Undarken's perspective. We see him taking possession right now, heading in midfield. Right now, a lot of pass play, but Liv with a long shot right there. 60-0 lead Quaffle House. This is definitely a more dominating game than what we've seen in our last one.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised. I feel like this could be caused because the Spartans are focusing maybe a bit more on Birkin, or they try to. Maybe that's why they get scored on more. I don't like a change from Spartans till now because they need the goals, as we're speaking of.
Yeah, we see Ankh right now making a score for the Houston Spartans right now. Swifty was quite low, getting kicked again right there. Kind of constantly getting hit. That's mainly the thing that we're seeing with Swifty. Swifty's doing pretty good as the snitch meter, but those hits are just compounding and able to get the knockouts that they really need as far as Quaffle House is concerned. Snitch gameplay is quite close. We're going to be taking a look real quick over at Quaffle House on Liv's perspective right now. Liv is setting up right now, trying to defend their goal. They don't want any more Quaffle shots to get through. We don't see the pass back to Keeper. It gets stolen out of Liv's hands. Brave New World going right in for it and got scammed right there. We're going to take a look real quick at that. You can see the possession switch hands. You can see the Quaffle get stolen right there.
Yes.
And then from Brave New World, passes it out. And it was in Zach of... it was in Zach of... that was wild. Zach of all trade did have possession there. That was wild to see, making it a 60-20 difference right now. Live with possession of the ball right now, trying to get the score with the rear cam. We do see Hawkins sitting in a goal, but that doesn't stop Liv from scoring his rear cam shot right there. Well played.
That is exactly the move I was talking about earlier too. This is the real cam and then dodge, and I think this throws off many keepers. But yeah, this is like a signature move last couple days here.
Yeah, taking a look, Brave New World going back into it. Is he going to scam Zach of all trades once more? Doesn't quite get it. Taking a look at the snitch gameplay real quick, we're going to be seeing... Right now, Swifty is down again. I feel like every time we see Swifty's perspective, she's always low on health.
Yes, the pressure from Quaffle House is pretty good here on the Seeker, and if they keep it up, I think Birkin is able to double stitch them here again, and that's gonna be a 30-100 if he's catching in time.
For sure, Brave New World did get a score in the distance though. It is currently 30-70. Swifty falls right there, and that makes the lead currently. It has 10 seconds into the last part of the game. Birkin's able to get the catch there, and we do see the 100-30. Quaffle House ending the series 2-0. Very close game, first game, but the second one was not as close. It went to 100-30 there.